Hello my friends and welcome back to our continuing bond Let's Play Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, the first game in the remastered trilogy. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel. We're just coming back from recess. Let's dive back into this courtroom to try to figure out who the murderer of this case was, considering it's not as obvious as I thought. Yeah, I had to pause there for a second to think because I came in this case expecting a tutorial. It's not a tutorial, not anymore. April 20th, 12:14 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2.
The court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga, really recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Perhaps we can hear a version of events again. Well, that's the thing, you see. She's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. I seem to be missing a little bit more hair. Is that a wig?
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss O'Reilly take the stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Yeah, not.
What the?
What? I like her bandana has dice on it. That's really cool. The name's Olga Avili. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Avili. Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
I love the judge. Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like oh really? Oh really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Look how confident she looks now. Man, she looks so cool. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Oh, fine. I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
But let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Not like I'm booking already, but anyway, any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, he hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Porsche Boat Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress, you know. So, you were in cahoots with the victim? Ah, cahoots! There were cahootiness going on here. Not that he needed my help, Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple. It was elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of the games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. Ha ha! You swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Well, indeed. Getting caught red-handed a cheater would cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed, boop, by one little card. That was the plan. Oh really? Oh really? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
The mistake?
I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to the planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd had to be slip-free. You'd have to be to slip-free. Okay. The way that rhymed messed with my head. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Fingers O'Reilly.
Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
cute. Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad, you hear me? Bad, bad to the bone.
When you're through being bad, well, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trip and how it was sprung.
Witness testimony. The best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to, and then Smith switched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap had failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant who you just said didn't cheat. Yeah, you're already lying.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
Are you kidding me? She's obviously lying, Judge. I mean, it's... Look, okay, it says here, it was that no good cheating defendant, but we proved he didn't cheat, so that already is a lie. The trap was perfect, I tell you, it was perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking.
Well, the testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? The best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. This planted card. Which card was it exactly? The top card. The 5 of hearts.
Well, let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. Well, at least that's what you're going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
Okay, that's why she thought there were 5 aces, because even though she took the picture, she had planned to have a 5th ace. So her mind kind of replaced what she saw in the picture because that's what she intended to do. Okay, that makes sense. I understand this. I slid it into Rick's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match, of course. Well, he was eating. At the Borscht Boat Club, we serve borscht and suckers. Yes, so I do know borscht is the soup. It's the, it's probably that soup in the background. Well, not the background, all the way to the right of the screen, the right middle. I'm not sure what the other food there is, but it makes me hungry. Oh wait, we saw borscht and suckers, right?
Remind me to never go there.
Of course, the card was to make its good debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cut up early and allowed to thicken. And Wright lost the last hand, just like it was supposed to, that Smith searched him. So, everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
Well, there are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search. But the planted card was gone! The trap failed! The card disappeared? Yeah, my top card, the 5 of hearts. It was gone, without a trace. Poof! Zippo! Look at that face. See how confident he is? He found the card. He found the card and threw it out. Oh, because he knew. Oh, that is so good. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside its cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct? Never in my long, storied career. Never has quick fingers or really been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So, what happened to the 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask the cheating, lying today's defendant? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly, and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. But, well... The heck was that? What was that just now? I said something wrong. What was that?
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press a little harder? Let's circle back to this. Nah, I'm just seeing things. Sorry, it's nothing. Please continue the testimony. What was that? A dizzy spell? I gotta relax. What was that? It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant. Let me ask, how's your eyesight? Just who do you think you're talking to? They don't call me the quick fingers for nothing. I'm a pro, which is my dealings pro, and my eyesight is pro. Honestly, she'd have to be as blind as a bat to miss something in that small room. Yeah, but Mr. Wright didn't have a motive to hit the victim. Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony has not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Quite. Okay, let's go back to whatever the heck this was. There. What's harder? Miss O'Reilly, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You! Me? Quick fingers O'Reilly! I hide something. Voice. The defense will refrain from making baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. There it is again. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? The witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Oh! So, that's like, a tell. Like when you're playing poker, and you react in a certain way that lets people know that you're lying about what's going on. It's sort of like an instinct that we have that's uncontrollable. And yet this first case is about a poker game. I kind of see how this all ties together. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? What the? What is this? Whoa, what's going on? She's pulsing with her hand. This sensation, it's coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before. I have a new button, perceive. Gotcha? Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you're unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. Huh? Huh? My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. But when she says that part of her testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. Memory? But someone can't explain what he's babbling about.
This is highly unusual. Well, let's see it's the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us.
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss O'Reilly, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. I mean, I don't have a lot of weapons. I don't really have a lot of weapons. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of the moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? Huh. But something doesn't fit. If you were the only one to witness the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith. The victim was hit. Not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wall conjecture. The witnesses' habits? They're completely irrelevant. Justice. I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a, unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's the only chance to break her. Mr. Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet, I am knowing nothing. Huh? Huh? We know you're not Russian. Oh, I love this game.
Well, the witness will testify. Please, no.
Bah, fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him get out of my sight and the cops got here. What is this? Okay, so this is a continuation. I didn't press. Different personality with the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. Those circumstances have changed, yet your testimony has not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Quite. Yeah, now I need to go through all that again though because I forgot. You know what I just noticed? This is gonna help me a lot because I sometimes don't know when I'm at the end of the dialogue. I just noticed to the right, above the arrow, there's 5 dots, which tells you which one you're on. That's gonna help me a lot, yeah. You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Her eyes are turning all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So, what do you think about her testimony? I think it's bogus. I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is, it's fine. It's pretty good, really. I'd be upset too at the scene of the crime like that. Yeah, I can picture my mind going blank, staring listlessly. Oh yes, I'm picturing you doing that right now. As for our defendant, he is an experienced trial lawyer. He's seen a lot in his day. Let me go back to that. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that! Ah! Oh, hold on. Let's go back to that dialogue with Kristoff. It's obviously flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. Oh, what's that?
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. The evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony.
She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that. Let's see. There's some evidence that contradicts that. This is from the restaurant's first floor. What does the history say? He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. But he's the one who made the phone call. Yeah, that's it. Miss O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made the phone call from the first floor of the Bosch Bowl Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Oh, these scenes are cool. So artistic. Showdown time. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets now. It's gone. Card's gone. You lose. Arrgh! This is the music. Oh, this is great. I love it. Just then, Smith grabbed a bottle from next to Wright. And he hit me. You semester cheating you turned out to be. Eek! When I came to.
The victim was already dead, is that it?
That's why. I couldn't reveal whoever there was. If it came out that it was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, there does this leave us.
Madness, this is madness, I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with the bottle and I'm imagining all of this.
Well, it appears that prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, well, I can't blame them. Maybe it's time to retire there, buddy. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Well, Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big, fat liar. What? 3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder. Oh, it's a denouement! How about that? Shout out to Master Detective Archives Rain Code for having denouement segments in the game. That was such a wonderful experience. If you haven't seen Master Detective Archives Rain Code, go check it out. It's basically made by Kodoka, who did the Danganronpa series, and it was absolutely fantastic. What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to fame me. I just love how he takes the place of her. It's like, get out of the way. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. Hey, that rhymed. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Wright?
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. Ha! This theory again! Your 4th person doesn't exist! Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
And, for unluck, a clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo. Perhaps you know what I'm talking about. I have no clue. Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there was one person here, in our court, who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? Color blindness? I don't know. It's not me, I swear! I believe you. Although you are kind of like blind as a bat.
Well, who is the fourth person?
What always get put on a spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? It's not gonna be Kristoff. It's not gonna be him. He's dead. I mean, he is blind and old. I mean, he's blind and old. Maybe he didn't see it. He does have really thick glasses. And he does want revenge on Phoenix for probably making him look like a fool for so long. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm seeing things where things aren't there. Screw it. Actually, we have no health bar. So let's just have some fun with this. So you're suspect number one. I don't have another. You see, that's why I think it's him. I don't have any other suspects. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Wait, what? Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. Wait, what? Wait, what? I was just going left to right. I was just going left to right here. How is it him? But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. But look! You can see the colors in this photo! Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. I missed that?! Well, I mean, I wouldn't, like, why? I mean, he's our mentor. Why? But I don't know what to say. It is true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. Yeah, a competition? Yes, a test of wits. A silent clash of passions. Only the cards, the backs, with their blue flame know its final outcome. I totally missed that. I remember saying that was very poetic. Well, Christoph. Are you kidding me? Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph? You know, even I never take a joke this far. What the heck is going on here? This is gonna be ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity! I agree. I actually agree with him for once. This is crazy. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder. I assure you, I'm quite sane. What possible connections could Mr. Gavin have with the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night, before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was saying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. The defense would like to request no such thing. Oh, ain't that suspicious? Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? Isn't that like one of the rules? Remember there was that case, like, I forgot which number. Someone in comment section will say, hey, Flightless, what was this case? Yeah. There was the 3 rules, and you had to go by the rules in a court trial in order to have evidence be submitted. What case was it? Was it Ace Attorney Investigations? 1-5? The first game of the series, the 5th case. The one with the immunity, and we had to bring in evidence. Was it that one? Like I said, I know someone in the comment section is gonna let me know because I remember seeing this.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly.
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you.
Huh. Oh, nice job, Judge.
Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
I still want to know what happens if you say no need. Hold on, let me drop a save. No need. As much as I'd like it to. I guess the testimony isn't related to the case per se. You heard what the judge said, Apollo. It's your decision. Yours. Justice. You weren't seriously considering. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. But now that we've gotten this far, we might as well go all the way. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Okay. Cool. I always like to choose the wrong answer because I like to see more of the lore, but then, you know, when you have 5 possible people, and yet the person you suspect most is over here, so you decide, okay, well, I'm gonna go through these 3, then her, then hit him last, because I mean, it's not gonna be these 2, and it's not gonna, and it's probably one of these 3, and it's probably not him because he's dead. So I mean, it's probably not her because she dealt the poker game. That left me with him as the only choice that made sense. But yeah, it didn't make sense because he's the prosecution. I would never expect a defense attorney to be in this either. Especially when it says a first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. My trusted mentor. Golly. This game is already hitting me over the head so many times.
Very well, defendant, well, Mr. Wright, he'll take the stand, if you would, please.
Witness testimony. Appetite before the murder. Makes me want to get something to eat. I have not eaten yet. Oh well, anyway. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Porsche Bowl Club the night of the murder?
I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will. I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. Oh, that's so clever! The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Aha! Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice. Sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Yeah, it's so good. Appetite before the murder. Oh, man. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes. He dines with me at the Porsche Pool Club quite frequently. Hold on, I wanna get a good look at him because he's got the coolness and the confidence of him. He has changed a lot. I really like his change too. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So the plates at the table were from your dinner? Indeed. The remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, and then Kristoff left. And after that, Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. 5 minutes? So, the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? Well, that would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Kristoff Gavin and Shady Smith may have met? Oh, I believe I did say that. Yeah, well, I was so nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall.
Well, it does seem a little weak as a pretense for the murder.
Oh, it would be, if that were all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to put a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of the games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him and out and search Wright. We would then pull out the played card and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards. Just like that, the ledger would be dashed to pieces. Yes, the harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? Oh, I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Yes, I stuck a peek at it and found it was a 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of this card before the game.
Dispose?
Wait, what did you just say? It was a 5 of hearts. I thought it was supposed to be the ace of hearts. There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. Yeah, I thought it was the other card though. So why would he say it was a 5 of hearts? That wouldn't make any sense if it was a 5 of hearts. Because if we look at the deal, 5 of hearts wouldn't help. Although the 5 of hearts could have been to the left there. An empty jar was right beside me. That would mean, yeah, he's on the right side. Right, he's on the right side. I still understand how 5 of hearts would have helped. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? That's why his fingerprints were on it. Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see.
A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama.
A card inside the murder weapon? Well, that's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Mr. Wright, the book right here, the courtroom.
I can help but laugh every time I see that.
Mr. Wright, the book right here, the courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information.
Oh, hold on. I don't see a card. And I can't open this. I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew what was coming.
Oh, so you struck first. I like that.
I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. Well, at least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. But when I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. And when he returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in.
A little?
He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Christoph's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to hear you pretend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved, after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him now. Yes, sir. I had to think, what's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with this testimony? The truth has to be in there somewhere. So the only thing I can think of would be this one. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. Yeah. No. Huh.
What, Mr. Wright? Surely, the dust isn't all you had to say for yourself.
Yes! Yes! Oh, that's so great. Oh, my all the dots finally pays off. Although I didn't say it for him, but the fact is, surely he heard something other than just silence. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Well, perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh! And a sixth person couldn't have helped too.
Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
Well, in any case, you may continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Ugh, why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Wait, what? I don't understand. That was correct but wrong? I don't lose any hit points. Hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma. Blunt, not... That would cause a cut.
Objection!
Your Honor, what do you think about the witness? Oh, that's not it.
Objection overruled!
I don't... Blood streaming from cut in his forehead. Maybe it's the other thing.
Objection!
No, that wasn't it either. Am I overthinking this? Normally I overthink things when I get stuck. Smith was uncontrollable. I don't get it.
Hold it!
I don't get it because when I show the bottle here, I mean, that's either a lie or something's wrong. But yet, there is no card in here. I was thinking maybe we peel this off. But I don't see any way to peel this off. And on the back, I would see like red or blue to indicate that there's a card here. Because maybe someone like fixed the bottle that way. There it looks like he's out. But here he has his hat off. Cut.
Objection!
Okay, so bear with me. The reason I selected this is because he has his hat on. If he had a cut across his forehead, wouldn't that hat prevent his cut from wouldn't the hat prevent his forehead from being cut without his hat being cut too? That's why I clicked on that one. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. Take a look at this photograph for the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Well, okay, I got the answer in a wrong way, I suppose. That's Ace Attorney for you. Huh. Good point. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it.
Mr. Wright, can you please explain this to the court?
I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head. Eh?
You? You put the hat on a dead man's head?
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph.
And,
I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head.
Oh, why'd you do such a thing like that?
All I could say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Mr. really didn't see it. It being the victim's, his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Sorry, Mr. Gavin? Ahem, pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case.
Hey, he's still our client, isn't he?
I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. How did you lose your badge? Wait, what? Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone.
Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never.
Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
Reason?
The reason is right here. Your cell phone? Well, that night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court.
Oh!
You recorded it. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? The game not going well? Something like that. Well, that gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You made someone crack that flawless bone china, Pate. It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Okay. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain. Very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but Pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead, which he would not know because he was wearing the hat his whole time.
Ah. Well, the court appreciates the defense discretion not indicating my forehead.
Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Sport Club. Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this, bone china plate?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head?
So, this is your reason. The reason you put the victim's hat back on.
Your point, Mr. Gavin.
It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix Wright.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Payne!
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, as a prosecutor,
Very well. Break for 10 minutes. After which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination. Were you all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
April 20th, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Who is this? Who are you? Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. What's this all about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. Who is she? I love her design. You see, she's got the card colors on the bottom, but they're in red and green. She's got this beautiful green gem. She looks incredible. Who is she? That's all. An ace. What do I remember that card from? Ace of spades with blood on it. Mr. Smith's hunt has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating. I swear it to you. The missing 5th ace. Wait. The splotch of blood. The splotch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Wait! That's Little Wright? This is his daughter? Is she 7? Or is she older? Can't tell. I can never tell with anime sometimes. But this is his daughter? This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth. I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently, but where? In a locket! That's when I made the connection. Blood is card added to the court record. April 20th, 2:45 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. All right, my friends. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and they mentioned a recess. I don't know how close we are to the end of the trial. It's just one of the natures of a blind Let's Play. Sometimes the end of the trial could be 10 minutes away. Sometimes it could be an hour and 50 minutes away, and sometimes it could be 4 hours away. So I just had to figure out when the best time to adjourn for the day is, and I mean, what do I say? What do I say? This is insane. This is absolutely bonkers. And this may be the best first case out of all the games I've played so far. And I'm not even done yet. I mean, you take, there is no investigation. There's no nothing. This is just pure courtroom drama. And yet, there's been so many twists and turns when there's not really a lot of room for twists and turns. It's just, wow. Dang. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I love you all so very much. Have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. Thank you for being the number 1 YouTuber community on YouTube by not spoiling anything. Do appreciate that. Please, no spoils. And until next time, my dear friends, so long and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.